Dust off your back, don't look back. Give all the dollars, you know a fake heart attack. 'Cause you were made for this. You can feel it inside your bones. You were made for this, and it's time you let the world know who you are, what you know. It's happening right now, so run, run, it's a new day.
You create something based on your own opinion that, hey, this user might like this or that user might like that, and then you adding up more features and end up when you launch the product to the market, it will confuse the user because it's too advanced. Remember, I think we just had a small chat back there that when you launch a product with too many features, it will confuse the users. So we keep it simple, we listen to our users, what they need, and we create gradually in our product.
Okay, so back like 15 months ago when you launched Picmix, what features does it have?
Well, when we first launched, it's very simple. It's only a photo sharing apps with frames, that's it. We provide templates of frames for them to choose, from the standard template with the plain white frames, to the colorful frames, to the theme-based frames with some characters, some fancy flowers, you know, some decorating things, and thematic based. I still recall when we launched this during the Chinese New Year, so we provide this frame collection of Chinese New Year frame, and that created the viral on day one when we launched, because during that festive seasons, people took picture with the family, with friends, with this Chinese New Year's frame, and then they spread it out across all their BBM, all their WhatsApp, you know. So that's created the viral.
So you had a momentum of Chinese New Year, and back then it was only people can share photos with filters inside Picmix. Then it grew with more
features.
Yeah,
with stickers. Actually, we have stickers come in our mind already when we first in our blueprint, but we tend to not sell and not to start the sticker first because we still want to test the water with frames. I think stickers in our mind like 60 months ago, can it be sold? Can it, will people really, you know, download and pay for stickers? That's something that we still, you know, up in the air at the moment. Then we just launch frames because it's related with the photos.
Stickers, so people can also chat inside the...
Not necessarily like chatting, it's like commenting. So people can comment using the stickers, they can express themselves. Let's say if they see the photo feeds in their following feeds, beautiful, pretty lady, then usually they will say that, wow, you look beautiful. Then they can put the expression of the stickers, you know, like this, you know, or like this, wow, like this, something like that. So those kind of expression that we try to tap into the user needs. So that's why they love it. We recently launched more and more commercial stickers. We have the free stickers for them to choose, but we also have the commercial ones. Yeah, we work with branded publishers. We are in discussion with Disney. We have some Nickelodeon stickers. We are also talking with Hello Kitty to provide more stickers, basically.
Wow, okay, so those are huge brands. But before we go on to how you guys monetize, so let me rephrase this. You're saying that for people maybe in Indonesia who wants to build mobile apps, you recommend them to launch a simple mobile app. Do not get misled to using too much features in the beginning, is it?
Yeah, I think it's not only for Indonesians developers, but I think this practice, I think, is applied globally. When you launch an application, my suggestion is that don't confuse your users. Start with a very basic idea, deliver what is the message that you want. Because I learned from my past, before Picmix, in my past startups, we launched a very high-tech application. It's a food finder application, menu. Maybe some of you might heard that because we won an award for Asia Pacific. It's so advanced, it's so cool. As individual food applications, you can use you know, augmented reality to spot where's the restaurant, the direction and everything. You have the social element, every single thing, all the latest technology we embed in that application. End up, yes, we won an award. We got the traction from media, we got the buzz and everything. But end up, we don't have users because they said that it's just too complicated for me to use. To find a good restaurant, I would rather just ask my driver or just ask my mate, hey, where's the nice bakso around this area, rather than use LBS. Maybe you got a bad connection and you can't connect, these kind of things. So we learn from that don't launch, don't build product based on your specification, but based on what the user wants. So you try to do some research, try to see what is that actually need, and try to download many apps and see what is the user's reaction on that. Yeah. So that's.
I see. So right. So before that, you also had many interesting, make things simple. Okay. So far, how's the progress? Can you share? You have 15.5 million registered members.
Close to 15.5.
Can you share the daily active users?
The daily active user is close to almost 900,000 users per day.
900,000 users per day.
Our monthly active users is close to 48% out of 15 million. So it's quite high. The engagement, the stickiness is there. We're quite happy with that. We track the behavior, we track what the user wants, and we try to fulfill what they want. So I think, again, for startups, I think data tells you a lot. I mean, daily active user, monthly active user, you need to track that. You need to track the behavior of the users. You don't want to launch a product just like launch it just as it is, but you need to really maintain it to see the growth of the users. Where is the user going? What is the section that the user really want? Which feature that they really want? You can just kill the features that the user seldom using it. So just do it. This is a cool feature. I don't want to kill it. Well, if nobody use it, you just adding more headache in your application. Just kill it. So data tells you a lot, and I know most developers, most startups, they don't really care about data. We also doing the same thing. We don't really care about the data in the first 7 months until. On the 8th month, we see the growth is very tremendous, and then we said that we need to profile the user, we need to understand the user, where they are going, what they need. Then we can provide features or something that they really want. Yeah, so the stickiness built from the data. So I think that's very crucial.
So focus on data and understanding the users. In the beginning, so Picmix is only available on mobile, is it?
Yes, even until today it's only on mobile, so it won't be available on the PC base. We, at least at the moment in our roadmap, we don't want to build on the PC, just mobile.
Why?
Well, just want to get the engagement on mobile because the user base is big in mobile, and if you're talking about photo apps, I mean the camera that used by most people is the phone camera. They will not carry a laptop and taking picture, open up the webcam and take picture. You very seldom to see that. Or maybe they just use iPad or maybe tablet. That's still considered as a mobile. So that's our goal, just to make it available in any platform on mobile.
What mobile platform is Picmix available at?
Okay, today we have it on BlackBerry, the legacy OS, BlackBerry 10. Android just launched about 6 months ago. Then we have the Windows Phone about 2 months ago. Soon we are going to launch them on Nokia Asia Series 40, I think hopefully by next month, on December. And for the iPhone, yes, that will be on the first quarter next year. We are preparing to launch it. And it will be a little bit premium as compared to other platforms because with the capability and the advanced feature of iPhone can bring, I think Picmix on iPhone will be something like, kicking ass.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. From all those platforms, which user base is the biggest?
Okay, since we launched first on BlackBerry, until today we still have the most BlackBerry users. But we also see a tremendous growth on Android because also we see some shifting from other platform to Android, which is, well, it's a good news for us as well because we have like only 6 months old the application, but we see the spike is there. Day by day, the growth on Android is getting more and more.
Right, but you launched first on BlackBerry.
On BlackBerry.
Why?
Well, simple. When we launched that, if we go to the Android or iOS, we are competing with maybe 7,000, 8,000 photo apps out there already, and that's the giant already there, Instagram. So basically, why we launched on BlackBerry is actually part of our strategy. There are almost none application, photo sharing apps that close to Instagram. So we see that, well, I thought that people on BlackBerry platform, they also need something like that. Then we just launched it. And honestly, in the beginning, we don't really think it seriously. We just launched. We don't have really like a business plan, forecast, like when you want to set up a startup. We just launched. We just have like one programmer to sit down on the BlackBerry platform, one designers, and myself, the one who designed the product. That's all. Then we launched it. We developed like 2 months. 3 months. 3 months we developed. Then we launched at the end of the third month. And then in the first 2 months, we hit 1 million users. We are faster than Instagram. Instagram like hitting the first million user in 3 months, but we only hit the first million user in just 2 months.
Right. So it's on BlackBerry because it had less competition compared to Android and stuff.
Yeah.
So can you share how much user base you have in BlackBerry right now?
With that, I don't really can share all the user base, but what I can share is that majority is still coming from BlackBerry,
Right.
but we see shifting, meaning that the same user, they actually migrating to other platform. And what I can share is actually the user base based on the countries. That one I can share. Indonesia contribute the most, is 35% of the 15 million. Then coming South Africa and Venezuela. Those are the top 3 tiers countries.
South Africa and Venezuela.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we'll get back to that later. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So Indonesia 35%, BlackBerry users majority, and you're predicting that the next big thing would be Android, the user base wise.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Now, so far you have Android, and just like you mentioned, you have lots of competition now in Android. What do you think? How would you think Picmix can survive all that?
Well, I can say that the competition will be very tough as compared to BlackBerry, because on BlackBerry you're just like a king. None of the other apps that close features like Picmix. On Android, you have Instagram, you have Streamio, all the big boys is already there. But we still do believe that with the community that we already brought in BlackBerry, whenever they switch to Android one day, they already have the fan base. So with that in mind, again, this is a social media apps. So platform, it doesn't matter. Let me ask you a question. Does it matter? I mentioned a little bit earlier that we actually have the B2C models that we are selling frames, stickers, and filters. And we already connected to 76 countries worldwide. And we connect to the carriers billing, I think close to 315 carrier billing worldwide. And we also connect to MOL, PayPal, different type of payment. So that's how we make money.
Right. So you integrate with lots of payment carriers.
Yes.
How many people do you have on Picmix?
Have it on Picmix.
Employees wise. Yeah.
What?
Your team.
Oh, my team.
Yeah.
My team. My team so far is 18. 18.
Okay.
Mostly developers.
Right. Well, okay. So you get to integrate. You have B2C, and your
Yeah.
B2B is.
Yeah, we also have the B2B. We actually work directly with agencies, and we work with brand owners. So we host a photo contest. This is one of the key activities that create the stickiness in Picmix, that people not only like posting photos, but actually they can join an activity, which is photo contest. When we run a photo contest with brands or with agency, the winners will win something, cash or maybe some prizes. So that's how we make money. We get the money from the agency and from the brand.
Right. So how much money are you getting now?
Well, that's a tough question. Honestly, we just started to monetize it early this year. So I can say that to cover our operational costs, still not 100% covered. But what we really optimistic to see that the growth of the paid user is growing every single day. And the more we creating the photo contest with brands, the more traction that we got. We got a lot of requests already from the brand, which is very promising for us for the revenue stream. So we are looking at numbers getting more and more in coming years. But again, the focus of Picmix the first 3 years is purely user acquisitions. So this B2C and B2B model is good that we have in plan in the beginning when we design the product. But again, we don't really, looking for any revenue at the moment. We consider those are just bonus or incentive for us because we have that model. We just want to try out and do the trial in the market, and it works.
So when do you see? When do you see? How do you forecast? When will Picmix be profitable?
Well, I think profitable is very tough question to answer. Despite our OPEX is quite high, imagine that we have how many users? 15 million users, and we have like more than 220 million photos, and the bandwidth consuming us like a lot. Yeah, honestly a lot. I mean, we are talking just Picmix. Imagine Instagram, how much bandwidth they're going to pay. So profitable is a very difficult question. We have our exit strategy as well. We are also open for investors in the near futures. So how to cash out, how to profitable, I can say roughly maybe 3 to 4 years from now. The first 3 years we are really focusing in user acquisitions.
Right, but you got cash to burn, right? Because you got investment.
Yeah, we got an angel investment. Yeah, angel investors, I mean.
Angel investors?
Yeah.
Who is this angel?
It's Eraja, yeah. So they are sitting behind us. They are actually approaching us when we're hitting like 7 million. Then they talk to us. It took some time for us to really engage with them, but then we see the value that they can bring because if you are Indonesian, I think you know Erajaya is the largest multi-brand handset distributor in Indonesia. I think they have like 48% of the market share. So what we see that the chemistry and the relation that we can build together is very strong because we're building an apps and they have like physical store. I think it's more than 500 physical stores, and they have the say in the industry. They have the say with the carriers. So we can get a lot of things. Today, if you go to some stores, let's say like Sony Xperia, they already preload Picmix factory level. So that's kind of leverage that we can get from our angel. So we see that chemistry, we see that benefit, and okay, let's get married.
So your angel investor is one of the largest?
One of the largest multi-brand handset distributors.
That's really nice. So how did you get to marry them in the first place?
I think it's because of relationship. Before Picmix, actually, I run my own company as well. The startup that I mentioned to you, I ran that for 12 years. So I've been around for the mobile industry for quite some time. So in total, I think it's almost like 14 years. So that's why how I come, know a lot of people in our network. And so happened that Meraja know me as well. So when he know that I'm running something new, so they approach us.
So before this, you also you ran Elasitas, right?
Yes, that's my previous company.
Service?
It's a service-based company. It's an outsourcing company. We build apps, we build games, we build portals. We work really closely with carriers. We build their portals. We work with the handset vendor to build apps. So it's a purely service company.
Service company. How many people? How many employees does it have now?
In my time before I resigned, it's close to 96. 96 employee.
So you ran your company for 12 years.
12 years.
You built your network.
Yeah. And
experience before you come to building Picmix.
Yeah, and I'm crazy, right? So the company is making money. The company is making money really well. But again, it's back to passion. I got a passion that I want to build product. I really hate building somebody else's product for 12 years. Yes, you do get money, they pay you, then you build the product and everything, but then at the end of the day, I got something that in my heart that I want to build something that, nobody asked me to do that, but I can, I just want to create this A, B, C, D, E, and then used by millions of users. I think that's something awesome.
Nice. So with Erajaya again, so how significant was their help for Picmix?
In terms of opening doors for us and also get the say in the industry for the mobile phones and everything, they are really helpful. And I can say that they are really a good godfathers because they know exactly the ecosystem of the startups. They know that we are going to burn money for the first 3 to even 4 years. They don't mind with that. As long as we can build a solid product, they don't have any push that you need to get a revenue on day one. So I think, again, for startups, if you found an angels like that, let's get married soon. Yeah, that's very difficult and very rare. And I know that most investors, they just squeeze you out and ask you, hey, I put this money already, how much the ROI that I'll get and how much the company will be profiting. So look for an investor that has a long-term plan and of course, a solid exit strategy. That's very important. Yeah, we do have an exit strategy with them. Yeah, so I think it's a good marriage.
Nice, nice. So you got Indonesia covered because you're with Raja now. So, but what about Venezuela and South Africa? How the heck did you get that?
Well, I think I got this question many times. How the heck South Africa, Venezuela, even Nigeria, use our products and coming up like Middle East, UK and Netherlands. Well, honestly, I don't have the exact answer for that. Since this application goes viral on day one, and even until today, we didn't spend any single cent on marketing. So I think because when we launched, this is on the BlackBerry, I assume those are the BlackBerry country. So that's why how this application spread out.
Right. So, just grow. Okay.
Yeah.
We got a question from. Oh, interesting. Well, back to monetizing again because wow. Okay. So
Okay.
they're still asking this question. Okay. Besides how much, of course. Which platform generates more money? Android, BlackBerry?
I think I picked the second questions. Yeah. How much I said that one I can't reveal in this forum, but again I said that the conversion rate from the free users who use Picmix to those users who really pay the stickers and everything is growing. Yeah, and we are happy with that. That's why we keep adding up more inventory on our stickers and everything. That's why we work with publishers, premium publishers like Disney and everyone, to put in their assets in Picmix. So we see the growth there. That's why definitely we are going to have a lot of money later on. Yeah, but again, on the second question, which platform that's generating more money? I can say definitely it's on BlackBerry at the moment. On Android, I think many opinions also same like me, that most users who use Android, the mindset is looking only for free stuffs. And most applications on Android, they only monetize through ads. So we see quite slim revenue coming from Android at this point of time. But let's see when we're putting more inventory from premium publishers like let's say Disney, Hello Kitty later on. Let's see. Yeah.
Right. Does Picmix have ads?
Yes, we do. But we haven't really launched it yet. But you won't see ads as it is as a banner ads or as a pop-up ads. No. We don't want to kill the user experience, so we call it as a native ads placement. The way you do it is actually, let's say a brand X, they want to advertise on us. We have stickers, remember? We have frames. So the brand X will actually convert their ads into a free frames, a nice fancy frame for the user to use in their photos, or convert into a stickers. So they can actually soft selling their ads. We also have a little bit hard selling ads. It's called promoted feed, just like a promoted tweet in Twitter. So we also have that. So those are the ads placement that we have. So it will not annoy users because imagine it's a photo sharing app, it's a photo editing apps. If you encounter a pop-up or a banners like covering half of the screen already, when you do the photo editing, it's kind of annoying, right? So we don't want to kill that experience. So we only put in the right channels to do that.
Okay, so getting back to maybe some why Picmix is also popular in other countries. Yeah, I remember you mentioned to me back in the days that when you launched Picmix, it didn't have any Indonesian, or you branded as if it's made by foreign countries.
Well, when we launched Picmix, yes, we tend to make it like US product or maybe from some other country outside of Indonesia. I think that's also the strategy because the tendency of the users in Indonesia when you launch a product to really educate the market, we make it looks really like from overseas, from US product. Everything in English, the advertisement that we put on the video viral, that's why we call it the viral advertisement. Everything is in English. So everyone thought that is from it's possible made from Indonesia. Even media always ask me, are you sure you are not licensing any technology or anything from, from US, from any other advanced country? No, it's purely Indonesian. We only reveal that this is Indonesian product when we're hitting the 10 million users. And that's why when we're hitting the 10 million, all the media start to talk about us. Before that, we really keep ourselves quiet. A lot of people, they have their own assumptions, so we don't really care about that. So we just want to show to the audience that, hey, local product can also good, and we have a good quality developers here. We have good startups here, good product. So give them a chance, give it a try. Don't always bombard by overseas product. You can use Instagram, but well, try to use Picmix. It's not bad, you can compete with that. Yeah, so that's about it.
So before 10 million, even though you're targeting Indonesia, it's all in English.
Yeah, all in English. Even today it's also still in English, but we are considered to do the localization to Indonesian language and also to South Africa. South Africa, sorry, is still using English, but Venezuela, they're using Spanish.
Right.
Yeah.
So can we say that these overseas branding also works for one of the key reasons why why other countries also using it?
Yeah, that's very important as well. Yeah, because when they see that this from overseas, then okay, this might be cool. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So let's go now to the some future plans that you have. While doing Picmix, you also had your own investment company. I'm actually preparing. Used to be like about 2 years ago. I actually have an incubator company together with my friend. It's called Project Eden. So we incubating some startups. We give some funds, seed funding, and we connect them with the investors for Series A or maybe for another fundraise. But then it's a little bit slowing down. So we are converting into a VC. So I'm preparing a VC now. So I'm going to announce that very soon later on. Right. So just a tease to the audience here. So what are you guys looking for, and who are these VCs besides you?
Well, there are someone big behind us that we are going to manage the funds. For sure, we have a different perspective and different way to approach the startups and help them to go with the exit plan. We are going to bring in the Silicon Valley kind of experience and connect you with all these VCs later on your later stage to raise fund in maybe in US, in Japan, in Indonesia. So a little bit, I can't tell much now at the moment, but yes, it's a little bit unique combinations of the local skill set and also international skill sets.
Right. 2 last questions.
Sure.
So you had an incubator before.
Yeah.
What's going to be different with that?
Well, incubators is only seed funding, but for the VC, we actually go to after Series A and Series B.
Right. But is the incubator still on right now?
We are kind of like slowing down. Maybe at the end of the day, we are not going to run the incubator anymore. Really convert into the VCs.
Right. Okay. And last question. Any tips for the mobile developers here?
Okay. Tips I think is only 2. One is actually you need to focus in building your product. I know startups, they can find many ideas up in the air. I know this is a great idea, then start building it. But at least do some research, and once you're already fixed with what you want to do, focus. I think focus is the key word. Focus in what you are doing. Start small. Don't overbuild, because there's a lot of non-tech savvy users out there. Deliver your message clearly on what product that you're going to deliver. And number 2, I think you need a very good teamwork. You need to have a passionate teamwork. Unless your product will not roll out, your product will not be executed. You only have that in your mind, but you don't have somebody that share your passion. So I think it's to focus and get a good team to really work on what you are going to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.